Have you ever noticed how the river flows, effortless and free, yet never worried about where it is going? And yet, we spend our lives clenching, grasping, and trying to hold on to moments, people, and outcomes as if letting go would mean losing everything. But what if I told you that the very act of release is the secret to being truly held, that the more you let go, the more life embraces you? Let us explore this paradox together. There is a curious paradox in life, a hidden twist that few ever see. The harder you try to hold on to life, the more it slips through your fingers. We are taught to grasp, to secure, to control, believing that possession brings safety and happiness. Yet every object, every moment, every relationship we cling to is like water in our hands, slippery, fleeting, impossible to own. And so we suffer. But when you learn to release, to let go, life flows into you naturally. Consider the river. A child at its edge may try to scoop water, thinking that holding it brings joy. But the harder the child grasps, the more water escapes. When the hands are relaxed, open, the water surrounds the child, refreshing and alive. Life is exactly like this. You cannot force it, you cannot clutch it, you cannot make it yield. But if you relax, if you let go of obsessive control, life meets you halfway. You find yourself held, carried, and engaged more deeply than any act of grasping could ever achieve. The difficulty is that we confuse control with security. From early on, the mind whispers, if I hold tightly to my wealth, my relationships, my status, I will be safe. And yet, the truth is simple, all things are transient. They come, they move, they leave. To believe otherwise is to live in illusion, weaving tension and suffering into each moment. Clinging does not protect, it obstructs. Let us reflect on a bird resting in a hand. If the hand grips too tightly, the bird panics, struggles, and escapes. If the hand is open, relaxed, the bird may choose to alight, finding a natural perch. Life is similar. Let go of the need to force, to dominate, to control. Engage with life openly, without clutching, and you discover harmony. Letting go is not weakness, it is alignment with the intelligence of the universe, which moves through rivers, mountains, and human hearts alike. The mind fears loss, believing that to release is to disappear, to be diminished. But your being is not contained in possessions, achievements, or ideas. You are like the sky, vast, open, and free, capable of holding storms, sunlight, and clouds, yet untouched by the forms that pass through. Let go, and you awaken to freedom. Cling, and you contract into anxiety. The paradox is exquisite. By releasing, you are held. By surrendering, you are empowered. Even the sun rises without asking whether the world is ready. It shines, fulfilling its nature, regardless of clouds, storms, or mountains. You, too, can live in this way. Stop clutching at shadows. Stop trying to make life conform to expectation. Participate fully in the flow, and discover that life meets you with grace. To let go is to engage with existence in harmony, to ride the current rather than resist it, and to discover that what is truly yours has always been present. Now, consider the child playing in a field. There is no attempt to control the grass, the breeze, or the sun. The child runs, jumps, laughs, sometimes falls. There is no grasping, no expectation, no fear. Yet the child is fully alive. This is the state to which we are invited, not childish naivety, but profound participation in life's unfolding without clinging. Letting go sharpens awareness. When we release our desperate need to control outcomes, our actions become fluid, responsive, and aligned. We act not from fear or desire, but from insight, presence, and attunement. The river, the wind, the sun, the tides all respond to those who move with them rather than against them. The paradox is clear: surrender is not passivity, but engagement. By letting go, we engage more deeply than we ever could through grasping. Observe a tree in autumn. Its leaves detach willingly, not in panic, but in alignment with the season. The tree is not diminished, it is rooted, alive, waiting for the next cycle of growth. So too are we. Clinging obscures the natural rhythm, release allows life to flow. Freedom arises not from control, but from trust, from flowing with what is rather than resisting it. Consider the archer. The novice grips the bow tightly, fearing the arrow will falter. The expert relaxes, aligns, and allows the arrow to fly. Mastery comes not from force, but from attunement. Life responds to those who act in harmony, not opposition. Letting go is mastery and effortless engagement with the world that multiplies the effectiveness of every action. Love offers another example. Love that clings is fear, love that grasps is desire masquerading as affection. True love honors impermanence. It embraces the moment, the being, the experience, without demanding permanence. By releasing, connection deepens, intimacy expands, and joy arises naturally. The paradox is exquisite: the less you hold, the more love flourishes. Even the body and breath teach us this lesson. Each inhale and exhale occurs without effort, the heart beats without command. You do not control these processes, yet they sustain you. Clutching your experiences or fears is like trying to control the heartbeat, futile. Releasing tension allows life to move freely, effortlessly, fully. Letting go is learning from the rhythms already present in your own being. And so, you practice small acts of release, a thought, a judgment, a fleeting desire. Slowly, this expands to larger matters, relationships, ambitions, expectations. In each moment of release, life flows more richly, more intelligently, more beautifully. The more you let go, the more life holds you. The more you surrender, the more fully you awaken to the intelligence, grace, and abundance that permeates all things. Life is not a thing to seize, but a dance to join. Like a kite in the wind, it soars only when you hold lightly, attuned to currents, responsive but not grasping. Effortful control binds, while relaxed engagement liberates. The universe has been holding you all along. The act of letting go is simply a recognition of this truth. Think of the seasons, the waves, the tides, and the clouds. Each moves according to its own nature. To resist is suffering, to release is harmony. The ocean teaches the sailor, a tense grip will overturn the boat, attunement allows effortless navigation. Life flows in the same way. Clutching obstructs, releasing opens the channels of perception, creativity, and insight. Notice the mind, ever reaching, fearing loss, craving permanence. Identity, reputation, possessions all pass like shadows across the landscape. To cling is to contract, to release is to expand. True engagement with life is not through possession, but through awareness and presence. The mind that lets go discovers the vast, open sky of consciousness, untouched by passing forms, yet embracing them fully. Even in pain, release brings peace. Pain arrives, but when met without clutching, it passes naturally, leaving insight in its wake. Joy arrives, and when received without attachment, it radiates fully. The practice of letting go is continuous. Each breath, each sensation, each interaction becomes an opportunity. Do not clutch thoughts, do not cling to outcomes. Allow each moment to arise and pass, and life will hold you in ways grasping never could. Consider the gardener. The plants bloom and fade, birds visit and leave. The gardener cannot command the seasons, yet through attentive care and release, the garden flourishes. Life is the garden, and we are its participants. Letting go is not renunciation, but mindful engagement. It is in this dynamic flow that abundance and richness are revealed. And now, as we come to the close of this reflection, I invite you to consider the profound simplicity hidden within this paradox. The more you let go, the more life holds you. It is not a slogan, nor a piece of advice to be memorized and repeated. It is an experience, a practice, a living meditation. To grasp is to contract, to resist, to fear. To release is to expand, to trust, to live. And yet, expansion is not a concept, it is the very feeling of being held, of being carried, of being fully present in the intelligence that flows through all things. Imagine a musician playing a grand instrument. If the fingers grip the keys or strings too tightly, the music falters. But when the hands are relaxed, attuned, and responsive, the instrument sings. The notes arise naturally, effortlessly, and beautifully. Life, in its entirety, is the instrument, and we are both players and listeners. Letting go is the act of relaxing the grip, of attuning to the flow, of allowing the melody of existence to move through us. And in this music, there is no fear, no tension, only harmony. Consider the seasons again. Spring blooms, summer ripens, autumn falls, and winter rests. Each arises, each performs its role, each passes away, yet the earth remains, ever ready for the next cycle. Life follows the same rhythm. Each moment appears, each event unfolds, each experience passes. Clinging to what is fleeting only creates suffering. To participate fully, one must let go. And paradoxically, in letting go, the richness of life, its abundance, its intelligence, its beauty is revealed more completely than we ever imagined. And so, let us look at the human mind. How often does it clutch fearfully at identity, at reputation, at fleeting pleasures, thinking that by holding on it will secure life itself? Yet identity, reputation, pleasure, all are transient, all pass through our hands like sand in the wind. Clinging to them creates tension, anxiety, and illusion. Letting go, however, reveals that our essence is vast, unbounded, and already complete. To release is not loss, it is liberation. To release is not emptiness, it is fullness. To release is not weakness, it is the strength of life moving through you without obstruction. Now, notice the body, your very breath. Each inhale, each exhale, comes and goes without effort. You do not grasp the air, you allow it. You do not dictate the rhythm of your heart, it beats naturally, perfectly, without coercion. And yet, when you attempt to control it, when you cling to your desires, fears, and expectations, tension arises, and life's natural flow is obstructed. Letting go is learning from this simple, undeniable rhythm. Life does not require your grasping to be complete. Your breath, your heart, your existence, all are held effortlessly, always. And what of love? Love that clings, that fears, that demands permanence, is not love, it is attachment. Love that releases, that trusts, that honors impermanence, is life itself. It embraces the beloved, the moment, the world, without expectation, without fear. Let go of the need to hold, and love becomes luminous, alive, and free. The paradox is exquisite. The act of release deepens connection, enriches presence, and expands the heart far beyond what grasping could ever achieve. There is a subtle yet powerful intelligence at work in this practice. Letting go is not passive, it is a form of profound engagement. It is not resignation, it is awakening. When you release, you are not abandoned, nor are you diminished. On the contrary, life rises to meet you. Opportunities appear, relationships deepen, creativity flows, insight emerges. The universe is not threatened by your surrender, it is enlivened by it. The more you let go, the more life holds you, and the more you are able to participate in its unfolding with joy, clarity, and freedom. And now, let us return to the metaphor of the river. Many stand at the edge, desperate to shape its course, to direct its flow, to keep it within their hands. Yet the river does not bend to will, it follows its own path, carving valleys, nourishing fields, shaping rocks, singing as it moves. Those who relax, who step into the current, who allow themselves to float, are carried effortlessly. They experience the river not as a threat, not as an obstacle, but as a partner, and in that partnership, life is abundant, harmonious, and full. And finally, in this reflection, remember that letting go is not a one-time act. It is continuous, moment to moment, breath to breath. Release the thoughts, the judgments, the desires that clutch and constrict. Meet each circumstance with awareness, each moment with presence, each being with openness. And in this practice, you discover the exquisite paradox that the more you release, the more life embraces you, that the more you surrender, the more you are sustained, that the more you let go, the more profoundly and fully you live. So, as you move through the world, carry this with you, loosen your grip, trust the current, and step lightly into the flow of existence. Do not clutch, do not demand, do not fear. Open yourself, fully, to the intelligence of life. The universe has been holding you all along. It is not necessary to fight, to grasp, to control. Simply release. Simply flow. And in this surrender, in this letting go, you will discover a freedom, a richness, a joy, and a peace that has always been present, waiting only for you to unclench your hands, to trust, and to be fully, beautifully held.